Hi everyone, it's Crafty Karen. Okay, with this video I thought I'd show probably in a couple, 2 or 3 videos of the different sorts of things I actually like to do. And one of them is gluing in glue books and collaging and those types of things. So I thought I'd start off with one of the first books that I did, and this was back in 2019. I've still got to finish the cover yet, put some colour on it. But this was just it was a bridal magazine actually that I just repurposed, pulled some of the pages out because it was quite a thick book, and made an en masse book. So that was one of my first attempt at doing glue books. So it'll take a while to get into a couple of pages. So as an en masse book is, it's just all the same on each page. So eyes, bow ties, cows, faces, the colours. I'm trying to get through these quite quickly. Fragrances, sunglasses and glasses, stars. There's still gaps to fill in. I think I just went on to other things because I'm forever trying new things just to see where I'm going to be heading. The bottles, Easter, names, birds, red, food, the seasons and months and days, places. All these places I've put on this page, I've only put places I've actually been to. So when I come across somewhere that I've been to, I would cut it out and stick it in this page. Movies, music, just a I don't know page, shoes, hands, numbers, chocolate, and I've gone blank because I can't think of the collective name for, oh my goodness, move on Karen. All right, things to do with art and creating and all that sort of stuff. Hearts, pigs, watches, horses. That page is not done. They were coloured jewellery, cars, blue. I always love how the one colour pages turn out. Dogs, books, coffee and tea, all my tea bags. And looks like that was going to be another heart page. And cats. So that's probably the first book I ever done. That's duct tape. So that was that magazine. And I did another one. And this one, I'll just check that you're still in screen. Yeah. This one, once again, was just a bridal magazine from an op shop. And I've covered it with napkins. And this one has the A to Z in it, so the A's. I'll quickly go through these. I think I gave up on the eyes because it got a bit boring. Eyes are not really exciting at all, are they? Unless they're on your face. J's, which are hard to find. K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, another letter that's not easy to find, come across, R, S, T, U and V, W, X, Y and Z. And then I did purple, pink, green, orange, silver, flowers, gold, blue, red, yellow, cameras. This one was going to be greenery, and it looks like this one was going to be fishes, which you can see I haven't finished. Giraffe, big cats, teddy bears, frogs, phones, elephants. This one's obviously going to be kangaroos, but I haven't stuck any more in there, and koalas, bears, monkeys and apes, pandas, butterflies, bees, foxes, and that's as far as I got on that one. So they're probably one of the first things I ever did, and then I've moved on to collaging. This again is another magazine that I repurposed. Still haven't covered the back. This I actually glued some jute twine on the page and made some, you know, twirled the jute around to make this shape and put little gems in there, or pearls, whatever they were, from an old jewellery, if I remember. Then when I laid with a napkin the white pieces that you pull off, I laid that all over and glued that down. And then I've used I forget what they're called. They're kind of like a paste. It's not here on the desk, so I can't show you, and rubbed it all in there to give it that look. So let's just this giraffe was already on the paint. Giraffe, oh my goodness. This zebra was already on the page and couldn't bear to cover it up, so I just painted all the background black, so there's a pocket there. And that's just one of the little sayings from a wild thing. This was me playing with stencils that I've got, and I was just sticking bits of book pages on to make the clothes. Not finished, of course. This one's playing a bit with a mixed media as well, like putting embellishments on using paint. That's one of my naive drawings I've done. I forget where I got that inspiration from. And just playing around with my gelatos, you know, testing them out. That's just terrible. Pages that haven't been done. Let me go to the pages that haven't been done. That one's Stop and Smell the Roses. This one, I remember I was watching a Bob Blast video on YouTube, and he was showing how to do figures with a one brush stroke. So that was me practicing. This little page I stuck in here, I had a leaf I found on one of my walks, and I thought I'd try putting a bit of paint, pressing it in paint, and see if I can get an image from it. That was just leftover napkins I've stuck on that page so far. That's me just painting over the image that was in the magazine. I'm pretty sure this was an old Frankie magazine, a piece of napkin I just stuck on the page. I think I was testing it out, doing a sample. It was like a sample book, this one. Another mixed media page with the lyrics of In an Octopus's Garden. This one would have been alright until I tried to stamp it and the stamp moved. So I'm showing you all my imperfections as well. Just throwing some paint. These I was testing out with the packaging tape of putting it over an image in a magazine and then leaving it for a while and then soaking it in water and then scraping the paint off the packaging tape, and they turned out quite good actually. This is the same. That was a hand in a different magazine that's on being transferred onto packaging tape. Just writing things down. That was a stamp I put on the white piece of napkin and then seeing what it looked like when I glued it down. It turns out quite good doing this. Obviously you would use a permanent ink stamp pad and not a water soluble one to do that, but and so they're just pages. I don't think I did any more on that one. So that was a book that I played around with. And then this one I started at the beginning of last year. Where I started playing around with different magazine images and making my own pictures. So that was I like my little elephant walking off the page. I don't know what I'm doing, and it's the not knowing that makes it interesting. So I love watching other people's YouTube channels and just experimenting. I guess that's how we learn, by just experimenting. So here I was just doing some doodling. Same with this one, just sticking different magazine images down and then doodling on it. This one I was playing around with painted backgrounds and stenciling and doing different layers, and I haven't finished this one, that's why it's not stuck down properly. This page I did in February 2020, and just was playing around with sticking images down and stuff like that. And then of course by the end of February last year they started talking about the COVID, and so I wrote COVID-19, life is about to change, and then later on I added this clock going in all different directions and wrote crazy times. This one is still not stuck down because I've got to add some more on there, but that was behind there playing with weaving magazine pages. This one was in March 2020 during a lockdown, and the two lovely ladies looking out the little peepholes in the door, wondering when they were going to be allowed out again. And just wrote, looking forward to spending times outdoors again. And it's weird because at that time, had no idea at that point that we were still going to be talking about it in 2 years' time. Okay, just a silly page. Just playing around. I love this image, and I didn't want to put anything on it. I love old cases, and so I just wrote just because. It's on my page, just because. These were just strips of magazines that I thought, just instead of throwing in the bin, I would play around with them, and I thought I'd make some quilt blocks, because before I started doing this type of things, I did used to do quilts and patchwork and you know, that kind of textile creativity. So when I finished the block, that's a log cabin, I decided to stick some images on to give the page a bit more interest. It's the friendship star. That was just all little squares that I used to punch. I didn't cut all the squares out. I used a square punch and went with a monochromatic theme. Another one of the quilt blocks, which was the churn dash, and once again I haven't done the quilting stitches on it yet. I stuck some zebras on. Another crazy little page. This poor lady is fallen over. This page. This one has a bit of meaning to it. The owl for being wise, and the elephant for family and their memory, and this to represent that I see everything. And the crocodile says that I do have boundaries and I can snap if necessary. Not that it's necessary for me to ever snap, but that was the meaning behind it. It's crunch time, be fierce. And the poor cat says, but I can't. That was just a page I did on with bits of pieces from a retreat I was on. Come and join us, the bottle ladies. I will do some doodles on these pages. This one I was just playing around with different images, you know, giving it a bit of a surreal look, and I realised there's no people in this. So I found these words, and it says, is there anyone out there? And of course there wasn't anyone out there because we were all in our homes. My favourite animal, I love all animals, but a big favourite of mine is elephants. This one, there's a weird looking man here who's escaping the city in pursuit of freedom. So it's just lots of blank pages. I tried to mix up this one. Oh, I've got to find something I want to stick on there, but just playing around with the door from a magazine. I'm starting to think these have all got COVID references to them. Oh dear. So long, stress, beware of the bubbles. That was me testing out my liquid drops. I like the feel of it, it's quite bumpy. Cozy up at home, testing times. So all different magazine images. This one tearing up different images from magazines to make my own scene. This one. They don't all have meaning to them, it's just me playing around with my glue stick, some magazine images, and just spending time in my crafty space. These were the things I was working on. So I could get through. Move on. She's looking at this frog saying, I ain't kissing no frog. Prince or no prince. That was me just playing around on a painted background with stencils with a Dina Wakeley collage sheet. That was just some painted papers and some drawings my youngest granddaughter was doing, and then she wanted me to make an image with those papers that she'd drawn on. Just a watermelon lady with chicken legs going out for a surf. This one. The orangutan offering this demure little lady a banana, and her saying, oh, really? And then, what's next? So that's that one. And I'm sure, like the most of the you crafters out there that watch and do this kind of things, that you've got more than one book that you're working in. This one's just a book I picked up from an op shop that I just started. I've got so many images and I'm trying to make some more room in my craft room, so I just started sticking them down and making an animal glue book. That's what I've done in that one. And then the last one I'll show you is one that I did probably in 2019 as well. Just make sure that's in screen. And I was watching a Tisha Moore YouTube video, and she was making these little pillows and just doing random stitching on it and joining the little pillows together to make a cover. So I thought, oh, I think I'll try that. So off I went and grabbed some material, and I decided to make a journal cover. Now, after this, I thought I'd try, I also made a bag, an over-the-shoulder bag with all these little pillows, which I'll show in another video, maybe one day. So there's my little clasp with a bit of chain from Costume Jewelry, my little button, little tab, and that's the back of it. So basically just doing all kind of like cantha stitching all over it. Now this book is falling apart, and I learnt a lot from this one. About, one of the things I learnt was about mediums and what not to use, because your pages stick together. So this one's not finished. So it was kind of the Tisha Moore feel to it. So I can't remember how many signatures are in there. I think it was just, no, there was more than one signature. I don't think I sewed them in individually. So fitting in is boring, be fiercely you. Some texture paste I was playing around with. This one is one of those pages I put the wrong, it's not much poetry, it was a medium. I'll only use a matte medium now and not one with a bit of gloss in it, but the pages kept sticking together, so it's pulled up a few bits and pieces, so you can't really see. This was a magazine image of a lady, and I've painted over her and made my own picture out of it. You're allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously. Could barely read that now. That's Dr. Seuss saying on that one. Like I said, the pages stuck together. Let the music play. Did all the extra embellishing and markings on this, but I haven't finished these. See, the pages have come apart, which was a learning curve for me because of the wet medium that I was using in the book. Take a walk on the wild side. So just playing around with magazine images in that one. I keep saying to myself, you've got to go back and do some doodles and stuff on there, but I don't know. I may leave it the way it is because I can't, I'm sure you've all felt this way. You kind of feel like, oh, let's just move on. Let's go on to the next thing. But yeah. But hey, maybe you think I should finish these pages. Let me know in the comments. This is one I was obviously getting ready to go on this page. I think I was going to put the moon behind there. somehow. Coffee consequences. Yes, I'm a bear in the morning until I've had my first cup of coffee. That was playing around with an image, slicing the image, having two images together, slicing it, and then, yeah, moving them apart. Issues. So that was that. So I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the collages I have done. I've also done, and in the past, I know last year I did Margaret Miller challenges and that vintage type of collaging. And maybe I'll show that in another video. But that was my magazine, glue booking, collaging journey so far. I mean, there's lots of others, but I just thought I'd show you a snippet. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know which one was your favourite. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. And it also lets me know whether you want to see more or not. So have a great week, everyone. And see you in the next video. Bye.